You have a watch enthusiast friend for who you want to buy a gift. Or worse, maybe they're a loved one. Pressure's on. What do you get them? Here's a great watch you may want to consider as a gift. It's the Longines Spirit Zulu Time, a traveler's GMT watch. However, with a retail price just over $3,000 US, this may be over your budget. After all, how much do you like this person? No worries, I've got you covered with gift ideas in 5 different price ranges to align with your budget. All here on this episode of Adventures with Time. Let's start in the price range of $1,000 to $2,000 US. And remember, these will be retail prices. Discounts are usually available. There are 2 watches that I would recommend. The Mito Ocean Star GMT is a traveler's GMT watch, just like the Longines Spirit Zulu Time. This is one of the watches I included in my video, which surveys 10 traveler's GMT watches. The Ocean Star GMT retails about $1,400 US, depending on the color option you want. There's a black dial, a blue dial, and a black dial in a bicolor metal. These differ not only in dial color, but bezel color, hand and hour marker trim, and the 24-hour second time zone scale on the rehaut. This two-tone model serves well as both a traveler's GMT, stylish enough for any business meeting, as well as a sports watch with its 200 meters of water resistance, crown guards, and diver's bezel which can be used to time one's dive. One other nice touch is the etch caseback, where they put the world time zone major cities with their GMT offset. This is a beautiful and great watch to wear in many environments, whether the office, travel, or just out and about. However, if you want a watch with a bit more history behind it, consider the Ball Trainmaster, specifically the Trainmaster Standard Time, one of the 20 or so models in the Trainmaster collection from the Ball Watch Company. The Ball Watch Company was started by Webb C. Ball after an 1891 head-on train crash in Kipton, Ohio, which was primarily caused by the failure of the conductor's watch. This watch has a beautiful white enameled dial with black printing, which will remind you of both those large clocks in train stations and pocket watches that were worn by the train conductors. There are many nice little aspects of this watch to be enjoyed by the owner. Each hour marker on the dial and the hands have micro gas tubes that glow in the dark, very different than the luminous paint used by many watches today. Also, there is a small Ball & Company that makes up the 7 o'clock hour numeral. Like the Mito Ocean Star, the Trainmaster is a watch that can be worn in many scenarios and is sure to draw interest on the wrist. At just over $2,650 US, this is sure to be a watch treasured by anyone lucky enough to own one. Moving into what many call the affordable range, there are several great watches between $500 and $1,000. The Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 is a beautiful watch available in both a 35 and 40 millimeter case width for around $700. I have the 40 millimeter model with this blue waffle dial that is the star of this watch. The integrated bracelet at first gives this watch the aesthetics of a dress watch, with a clean look so as to not be flashy or loud. However, the brushed case finish and polished bezel can project a sporty vibe, especially if you switch over to the available Tissot integrated rubber strap. Overall, the Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 is a watch with a great value proposition at $675 US retail. Few watches like the PRX exist in this price range, certainly nothing with the same quality. If you want to consider a watch that few non-collectors know anything about, I suggest you take a look at the Nomadic Mirai 401. Nomadic is a watch microbrand based in Belfast, home of the Harland and Wolff shipyard, which built the RMS Titanic, their 401st ship. Available in several dial and bezel colors, this is a watch that has the look of luxury and the versatility of an everyday wear watch. That does not mean this is a boring watch. Splashes of color are provided by the gilt-applied indice, colored bezel, and yellow second hand, which is a nod to the gigantic yellow cranes around the shipyard. Although billed as a diver's watch, you don't have to be a diver to enjoy this on your wrist. As just under 1,000 US dollars, the Nomadic Mirai 401 is not cheap. However, the finishing, use of the Sellita SW200 movement, attention to details, and versatility gives this watch a good value proposition. If we are still out of your price range, here are some watch ideas under $500. I could suggest a Seiko watch, like any of the models in the Seiko 5 sports collection. However, Seiko has increased their prices over the past few years, putting in question their price attractiveness. For something more interesting and historically significant, take a look at a Pilot Flieger watch. Laco is one of the original 5 manufacturers of these World War II watches. Within their collections, they offered the Augsburg, which is available in both a 42mm and a 39mm diameter. Not quite the 55mm watches used during World War II. The Augsburg has that quintessential Flieger design, with a clean, easily readable dial, onion-style crown, and brushed case finish. Traditional hour markers with a triangle at 12 o'clock for quick orientation. Also take a look at the Laco Aachen, which is similar to the Augsburg, except for having a Type B dial, where the hour indices are on an inner track surrounded by the minute track on the outer edge. Both models are available at $410. Either one provides an opportunity to attain an authentically styled Flieger watch at an affordable price from one of the original manufacturers. Do you still want to gift a watch but don't want to spend over $300? Here is a novel idea. However, beware that this may not be suitable for everyone. The DIY Watch Club makes watchmaking kits. I recently assembled a GMT watch myself, and I've included an affiliate link in the description. Usually for under $300, you get all the materials, tools, and video instructions you need to assemble a diver's watch or explorer-style watch yourself. Just a thing that a new watch enthusiast needs to start their journey in horology. Most of the assembly process is easy. However, there are some steps that require a steady hand. Oh, you don't want to spend more than $50 on this gift? I've got you covered. Watch enthusiasts always need watch accessories. There are tools, books, and watch straps that collectors want. I have affiliate links to many of these in the description of this video. I published an entire video on watch tools needed by every watch enthusiast. Perhaps the most basic need is a spring bar tool. These are used to remove bracelets and straps from the watch so you can switch to another strap. Watch straps are another great idea. Switching the strap on a watch is a great way to change its look and add versatility. There are literally thousands of strap options available. Consider a NATO strap like the Alpha Shark from Blue Shark Straps, or one of the many rubber straps. Of course, every watch collector needs a watch storage box, whether a 6-slot starter box or a single watch travel storage case. There are a lot of choices. And don't forget watch apparel. Every hobbyist wants to show off their activities. Consider one of the shirts I have available in my merch shop. You can find links below. No matter which price range matches your budget, there are many options sure to please your watch enthusiast. For more ideas, I'm going to leave a link right here to my reviews of even more watches for you to consider. Thanks for watching. I'd love to have you subscribe so you can enjoy more of my watch content. I'll see you in my next video.